미칠도 사랑했던 기억이. Whenever you want, invite me. Yeah, but I don't even know how to do that. The American Idol of Korea. They're like, huh? That level? When they hear that, they go, and it didn't work out. So I was like, why?
Hello everyone, I'm your host Alan and welcome to the second episode of Catchup Season 3. From K-drama, K-entertainment to K-pop, we've got tons of topics to share with all our fans out there. So without further ado, let's dive in. Catch up with the K-content trend, let's
Catch up!
Woo! Woo! So for this month's episode, we are celebrating something huge, something big that is very meaningful for both CJ ENM and the entertainment industry in general. We are proudly announcing that the global IP powerhouse CJ ENM is celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. And need some applause for sure, right? Everyone, clap for us. Yes. Leading the global K-culture phenomenon, CJ ENM has dedicated itself to providing a limitless content portfolio based on diverse genres and topics that everyone can sympathize with. And since 2020, CJ ENM has celebrated these cultural achievements by selecting irreplaceable industry figures as visionaries, especially for those who have paved ways in this industry with their own insights and visions. And for this year, 2025 is somewhat different. As mentioned, celebrating the 30th anniversary, CJ ENM has selected 20 legendary titles from dramas, entertainment shows, and movies that have not only left prominent impacts in the entertainment industry, but also shifted paradigms by presenting unforeseen differences that have never been introduced before. And because it's a very special episode for everyone, including Catchup fans who've been rooting for the prosperity of K-content, we've invited someone very special who I'm personally a big fan of, a singer, a musician, an influencer with a huge fandom in Korea, and I'm getting chills to introduce him right now. But please welcome our wickedly talented Soul King, Greg.
Woo! Yeah. So weird to speak in English. I was like, 안녕하세요, Greg입니다. Hello, my name's Greg. I'm from the USA and started in Korea as an English teacher and eventually became a singer. So yeah, I'm a little bit well known in Korea. I'll say like that.
A little bit. It's not defining your
Try to be
properly.
modest.
It's
Yeah.
big, but I still can't believe you are right next to me right now.
thank
I've been your
you.
fan since I was little, and
thank
you definitely do have a strong connection with CJ ENM,
For
right?
sure,
For sure, because I clearly remember you auditioning for one of our hit shows, Superstar K,
That's right.
on its 6th season.
Season 6, that's me.
Yes,
Yeah.
and since then I believe you've left your footprints in the Korean entertainment industry with your impeccable characteristics.
Oh my gosh, I'm honored. Yeah, I mean, it's been what, 11 years?
I know, 11 years.
About 10 to 11 years. I mean, I still remember
Yes.
the nervousness and getting ready to line up and all of that, to audition and all of that. Oh, it's just preparing for a program to do a broadcast in Korea is still scary to think about, but it's crazy that people still remember my version of 보고싶다. I miss you. Now foreigners are singing it too.
I
so
know,
some
I
people
know.
forgot the original melody now.
If it's okay, just to pardon me, can you sing a bit of the thing that you sang during your audition?
The part that everyone loves, right? The ending, the 미칠도 사랑했던 기억이 추억들이 너를 찾고 있지만 그거, that's the
That
main,
was
right?
amazing. Give us some
Sorry.
claps, guys.
Morning
That's
voice.
amazing.
No warm up, but yeah, anyway.
That's amazing. Wow. I got some chills. Guys, I forgot some words to talk about right now. Well, we've got tons of titles to talk about, so let's deep dive into all of them, category by category. So out of 20 titles, we do have 7 dramas that have been selected for this year's Visionary. We do have the Reply series, Greg.
Yeah.
Yes, which has created a brand new pathway by combining 2 different genres, entertainment and drama. Guardian, the lonely and great god. Oh my god, the most representative K-romance drama, breaking the stereotypes of cable channels. And additionally, we have Signal, also known as the one-way fantasy thriller, along with Dear My Friends, one of the most touching dramas starring all the veteran actors including Min Yo-jung, Kim Hye-ja, and Namuni. You Can Never Leave Out My Mister starring IU, which has become an all-time favorite for both the public and critics. Yumi sells the first ever K-drama to combine three-dimensional animation in the storyline. And last but not least, Queen of Tears, a globally acclaimed K-drama which has become an international sensation by gaining over 600 million accumulated viewing hours. So out of these selections, do you have your own favorites, Greg?
Gosh, it's tricky. I mean, they're all so good. So it's like, how do you choose? And I guess I should try to be unbiased, but I am biased. If you've ever seen 1988, Reply 1988, I'm in there. So it's like, of course I love that one. That's me singing at the, what is that, the National Singing Competition? 전국 노래자랑 episode?
Yes.
I don't know him in English, but yeah, the national competition, and I'm singing Stevie Wonder song. And
Oh, yeah.
so that's me singing right before he goes up and says, same song. So, that's me. Yeah. So like,
He's a star, by the way. He's actually like the stepson of CJ ENM.
it feels like it. I've always done
I
something
know.
in connection to it over
Yes.
the years.
I think the most outstanding aspect of these titles is the fact that all these titles have broken the industry paradigm for
Absolutely.
sure.
Every time.
Yeah, some of the success formulas that have been considered as mandatory elements, which must be included when titles are produced, right?
Totally agree. I mean, every time I watch a show in Korea, I'm always amazed because each time the Korean entertainment industry makes a shift to
So
make
true.
something even better. So you're like, what are they going to do next? So I feel like they're always at the forefront of what's fresh. You would think another industry would have leapfrogged Korea, you know, they take it and run with
Yes.
it, but Korea keeps moving further ahead
I
alone.
know,
So
I
I'm
know.
always amazed. I mean, I think of Signal, right?
Yes.
What? Like, what? You think, what's next? My Mister. How? Who thought of this?
So different, so fresh.
Oh, it
and
makes me crazy.
I know. It's out of the paradigm, which makes even more special.
Yeah, right.
Especially CJ ENM's K-drama
Oh my goodness.
have paved those ways. So it's really meaningful. Like some of our visionary selected dramas, I hope more and more CJ ENM's upcoming dramas break the industry paradigm and introduce ways that have never been paved before. As a global IP powerhouse, CJ ENM has also produced undoubtedly well-made entertainment shows and movies, from Grandpa's Over Flower, the first ever reality show to majorly star veteran actors, and New Journey to the West, my favorite, which was loved by numerous viewer demographics, and You Quiz on the Block, the most outstanding K-talk show, also beloved by the international talents. CJ ENM's 30 years in the entertainment industry have also been the years of constantly redefining the genuine joy by keep pushing and challenging the norm. So without a doubt, CJ ENM has a wonderful movie portfolio also, which has also been acknowledged by both domestic and global academies, starting off with Joint Security Area, which talks about the relationship between South and North Korea from a humane viewpoint. You have Snowpiercer, the first ever global blockbuster film based on philosophical depths and narrative development. And we also have Veteran, the first ever crime genre Korean film to gain 10 million viewers. That's amazing. Extreme Job, the comedy genre film loved by every person after its release. And lastly, the first ever non-English film to win the Best Picture from the Academy Award, Parasite. I mean, Parasite, that's such an amazing film. So what do you think about it as a, almost like, you know, the K-content ambassador from Mimmer?
Well, like I said, as soon as I watched it, I knew that I loved it. And so I wondered how the international audience would respond to it.
true, yeah.
I thought like, oh, will they understand, you know, the paradox in there, you
I
know,
know,
the
the
upstairs, the
twist.
downstairs, yeah, the twist. And amazingly, they caught it. And that's how it ended up winning Oscar awards. And you know, I think like that, like, wow, when other cultures can understand Korean culture through the dramas like that, it shows the caliber of the media. You know, the level that they're producing here is that level that it can cross over into the USA. You're doing something big because so many try to cross over and don't necessarily make it. And so to see that happen, especially at award shows, amazing. Yeah.
I mean, it has a philosophical insight
Yeah,
of Bong Joon-ho, but
sure.
also the fact that it was really easily interpreted to understand.
But it's
was-
pretty deep.
I know, it's
Yeah,
deep.
yeah.
And it's magical.
It is. Oh, I love it. I watched
love
it
it
multiple
too.
times. I'm still catching things from it now. So it's a good one, guys. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Must watch it, guys. And I really wish CJ ENM's entertainment shows and movies continue their legacies and further show what they're capable of. As a cultural leader of K-content, CJ ENM has also produced diverse music and performance-related shows. From Mama Awards, the only one award show focusing on delivering K-pop's cultural influence on a global scale, we have Superstar K, which has pioneered the Korean edition program genre and created a new syndrome in the music industry. We also have the Show Me the Money series, which has contributed to the popularization of Korean hip-hop scene. And we can never miss out Straight Woman Fighter, which has provoked the dance syndrome by redefining the true meaning of leadership and swag, and the Tony Award-winning musical Kinky Boots that has been loved and acknowledged by the global critics. Okay, let me be honest. I know I've been saying first ever a lot today, but I'm telling all of you the truth though, that's for sure. So since Visionary is all about setting brand new paradigms that have never been dealt with before, all the titles we're talking about today greatly deserve to be referred to as the first ever titles for sure. So Greg, as a musician and as a talented singer, I believe you've got some things to talk about in regard to music and performances specifically. So what do you think about some of these selections, some of these visionary selections, to be more precise?
Well, you definitely mentioned some real visionaries who deserve attention, right? They are definitely visionary worthy. I remember watching Mama Awards back in the day before it was called Mama. It was like way back, maybe like
I think it was MKN.
Yeah, it was like MKN, and it went through a couple name changes before Mama came, right? It's just so cool seeing South Korea broadcast to the world, but at that time, just kind of to Asia. I felt like it was still K-pop had expanded beyond South Korea, but globally it was still getting there. You know what I mean? People knew, but it wasn't on that scale, right? And so I watched the Mama Awards, and now look at it, global.
I know.
And every country is trying to get to those awards now.
True, yeah.
Whereas back in the day, it was like, oh, you know, local neighborhood kind of vibe, but now global. Everyone's like, I gotta get to the Mamas. You want to go to the Mamas? It's the biggest stage. And it's just amazing to watch it now.
You know, I personally want to visit
Me too.
your show.
Like, I was invited once and I couldn't go.
You was invited? Oh my God, that's amazing.
Someone contacted me about doing the award, and it didn't work out. So I was like, why?
Wow. I mean, I'm working for CJ ENM, but I have never been there before.
Our next challenge.
Yes, guys. I'm rooting for Mama Awards, so please invite me. So next, I would like to talk about Superstar K.
Oh, this is K.
Deep dive into it. Because I just want to question you. What has made you and motivate you to audition for Superstar K in the first place?
Well, before I jump into it too deep, because we already talked Mamas, Show Me the Money. Shows like that, I think, and even Street Woman Fighter, these kind of shows have a global appeal as well, because people want to know what makes these wonderful K-pop teams that appear in Korea. And so I think a part of that, as a K-pop fan, when you see those auditions, you get to see more of the culture of Korea, musically, right? So when I first joined, I thought, well, if I want to be exposed in Korea, I need to be on one of these shows. And that was the one. At the time, Superstar K was huge, still one of the biggest audition programs.
So true,
you know? And so I said, let me try it out and see how it goes. And it changed my life. It was overnight. You know, people knew me a little bit for other shows I'd done before, but from that show, that's when people.
That must have been really meaningful to you.
It was crazy. Like, I still couldn't believe, you know, when I would tell my family, I'm on this audition program in Korea. They're like, what show? I'm like, it's like the American Idol of Korea. They're like, huh? That level? When they hear that, they go, wow, you know, and then they see millions of views back in those days. That was huge. And so I'm still really blessed and lucky I had that chance.
I know. Yeah. And just as CJ ENM has done so far, I hope this unlimited capability of leading the cultural trend and introducing brand new paradigms never ends. Before wrapping everything up, celebrating its 30th anniversary, CJ ENM has also hosted multiple events to fully experience the visionary selections. On the 4th of this month, CJ ENM hosted the homecoming guest visit event of Joint Security Area by inviting the director Park Chan-wook and the actors Song Kang-ho, the legendary
Legend.
Lee Byung-hun,
Oh,
another legend.
huge global legend. Right?
I know. And Lee Young-in, the
Queen.
and Kim Tae-woo, my favorite. 25 years after the movie's first release, and the event had gained a tremendous amount of attention from both the press and the public, making tickets sell out real quick.
For sure.
Real quick. I wasn't even able to purchase it. We also have this event called House of the Visionaries, celebrating the 30th anniversary of CJ ENM at CJ ENM Center, starting from February 17th. And I had a chance to visit the event. So let's dive into it. So wow, that's it for today. And thank you
Wow.
so much, Greg, for joining this meaningful second episode of Catchup Season 3. So could you briefly share how it felt like being with us today?
I mean, first of all, it's an honor, absolute privilege to be here.
Such an honor
Hey.
for you to join
I
us.
remember coming to this floor some years ago. So I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
oh my gosh, takes me back in time, right? So I do hope the continued success for CJ ENM. It's been such a huge part of my life, and hopefully a huge part of my future as well. So if there's an R&B show in the future, make sure we want to try out. No, I'm joking. But no, I really do think, as for all the international listeners and watchers out there, it's so great that you're part of this and that you continue to be interested. So I'm glad to be a part of Catchup. Thank you so much.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. As a huge fan of yours, it was fantastic to talk about the legacy of CJ and celebrating its 30th anniversary. And thanks so much for joining us today, Greg, once again.
Pleasure.
And thanks so much to all our fans out there watching this special and precious episode of Catchup Season 3. And I'm your host, Alan, and we'll come back with some other amazing global news about K-content. Catch up with the K-content trend. Let's catch
Catch
up.
up.
Bye, guys.
Bye.